welcome to my... Let us start again. Instead of my, I said why. Why? Welcome to my why twin flame journey. I think we're all asking that question. Why, universe? Why? Why do I even have to deal with this situation? This is going to be for October, for the month of October. This is what the masculine is thinking about the feminine in the union, how we should be thinking. Same questions for the feminine. How he feels, how he should feel. And then these two that are kind of flipped over, this is the why to this question. Well, why this? And that was the answer. Same on this side in regards to the feelings. Here we have advice for the masculine from the universe, advice for the feminine. Here we have how they should view the situation. Think about it. And then, of course, it's another why question. This is how should they feel about it. And here we have advice from the universe. What a possible outcome is if you both put in the effort. What the masculine would like the feminine to know, what the feminine would like the masculine to know. So, let us begin. Because there's a lot of cards here. Because it's the month. You know, I guess there's a lot to cover. So let's see what the masculine is thinking in regards to the feminine in the union. Well, this is him. Perhaps he's reflecting on himself. And then you have surprise, which is a surprise message being delivered, or him wanting to deliver this surprise message. And he's needing the strength to do that, because it might involve some taking off of masks. So let us see what's going on here. Jealousy. Jealousy. Messaggere, message from a distance. That's where the surprise comes in. Jealousy. Disgrazia. This is an unfortunate event. It's like the tower. A major change. Something that was once built on a faulty foundation comes down, so something new can be built upon it that's better and from an authentic place. Then you have denari, which is money or something that is considered of value. And then you have love. So the masculine is thinking about delivering a message in regards to how he loves and values the feminine, and perhaps to discuss how things ended, or how, you know, he's changed a lot through this experience, and this is now how he feels, like he's realized how he feels about the feminine, and she again is someone that he values and that he loves. And how he should think, as you have the Hermit. Find or be a mentor. Take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. So the universe wants him to keep on with that reflective work, to keep on learning and growing and reflecting again on himself, and be committed to his spiritual growth, be committed to his spiritual path. They are applauding his efforts. And you have renewal, Review the past and then the present so you can plan a bright new future, understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. So I'm going to read from the book with these two. But again, reflective work. Review the past. Review your past. How have you navigated through your life? How have you been present in your relationships? What did love look like to you as a child? And how has that played a role in how you behave in love relationships as an adult? What is it within you that you have discovered that needs healing and that has affected you in a negative way? And to learn from that and to grow from that and be committed to that spiritual path that lies before you. Let us see. Hermit. The Hermit is, you are never alone, even when it appears that way. You are actually surrounded by God, the angels and the fairies, who want to help you. You can ask them for assistance at any time, and they will illuminate your path to peace and happiness. It's important to always shine your light so that other people can follow in your footsteps. In this way, you are a beacon of inspiration for them. Emulate the kind of person you admire so that others may learn from you as well. It may even be time for you to begin teaching or acting as a mentor to those in need of direction. Our hermit holds a gilded Star of David, symbolic of celestial guidance in the lineage of biblical King David. So, additional meanings of the card is taking a peaceful break from society, pondering the mysteries of life, searching for enlightenment, and reconnecting with the source. So again, it's going within, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your spirit guides, the higher source. Search for that enlightenment. Shine the light on all your dark places that need to be healed so that you can prosper in your life and serve as an inspiration for others. Again, if you're a twin flame, you came here to do some mission work, that might involve sharing your story of your twin flame journey. And that's what I'm doing, so that it might help other people navigate on theirs, because we learn from each other. And a lot of twin flames who've incarnated here are going through similar lessons, so that similar goals can be achieved within themselves to shed karma, and also to make them become leaders within themselves, to survive all the things that they've been through in life. And then we have number 20. Renewal. It's time for a review. Take note of what you have learned in life so far. Where do you want to go next? You're in a moment when you can truly reinvent yourself and build the future you want. However, to successfully arrive at your destination, you'll need a very good map. Visualize your happiest possible future and start taking the appropriate steps. Feel free to ask a friend to help plan out your journey with you, like your divine feminine. Pay special attention to flashes of inspiration and original creative ideas. These epiphanies are part of your life purpose and are meant to guide you on your way to joy. Our fairies are joined by Joseph of Arimathea, the original guardian of the Holy Grail in Glastonbury. In his later years, Joseph allowed his beard to grow, and he may remind you of St. Nicholas, holding his list and sitting beneath the holy hawthorn tree, which only blooms at Christmas and Easter. The rabbit and butterfly on the cards symbolize springtime to show the metaphorical movement from winter to spring in your life. Additional meanings of the card: an important milestone, seeing things in a whole new light, a call to fulfill your destiny, releasing judgments of yourself and others, understanding your life purpose. So that is for the masculine. And how he is feeling Well, he wants to forgive and learn, or be forgiven. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And I asked, why forgiving and learning? Here it is, people. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Maybe he's come to realize all the things in which I spoke of, because he's gone within, and they're encouraging him to keep doing that. Keep going within. Review that life. Pull out those skeletons. Bury them once and for all. Give them a proper send-off. You know, he's understanding that perhaps his childhood wounding has played a part in how he's been able to have healthy, happy, fulfilling relationships. And here we have calling in your soulmate. This is how the universe recommends you feel. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And I said, why calling in your soulmate? And here we go again, people. As always, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This is the universe's advice. Because in realizing things that stem in our childhood have played a part in our behaviors, our learned behaviors, our conditioning based upon our environment, or needing to fulfill a need or a lack, holes that were within our aura that needed to be filled, and we were looking for outside things to fill those holes, whether it be validation in unhealthy ways, or unable to open up and give and receive love. Just all of those things. If you're looking at it that it's stemming from your childhood, you're needing to forgive your parents because they did the best they could with what they knew and who they were at the time, based on their learned behaviors, their conditioning, their karma. And everyone has served a role, everyone served a purpose. So it's about forgiving and learning, healing those issues. If we want to be forgiven, we need to forgive as well. So this is pretty big here. I mean, he's really looking at, and the universe is encouraging him to look at exactly what he is looking at within himself. He's coming to an understanding about kind of why things happen the way that they have and what needs to change so that things can move forward. Good for you, masculine. And what advice does the universe have for you? Oops. Sorry. I'm all over the place. Courage. Meet Alice. She is small but brave, jumping headfirst down the rabbit hole. Yes, and who knows how deep that rabbit hole goes, right? Although the unknown may seem scary and fraught with danger, we should always hold faith in the beautiful possibilities and discoveries awaiting us. True courage is listening to our intuition and moving in the direction of our heart's deepest yearning, even when we are afraid and want to turn back to our comfortable, familiar world. Trust yourself enough to take that leap, and always remember, no matter where you land, the ride will be strange, magnificent, and oh so worth it. You know, turning back to our comfortable, familiar world, staying in karmic situations because we're afraid of change. We're afraid of the responsibility of change. That's because once you know better, the pressure is on to always be better, to constantly strive for better. And that makes you have to work. And a lot of times, nobody wants to do the work because they want to sit in a woeist. They want to sit in what's familiar, even if what's familiar doesn't serve them, doesn't make them happy. You know, letting the ego take control, stinking thinking, shoulda, woulda, couldas. The world's against me. You know, that victim mentality, instead of realizing that you have what you have within you to change things. Should you just realize that you have your lantern there, you have your own light that you can shine your way out of the dark night of the soul, as they call it. which I think that you're realizing that, masculine. And your other advice is passion. Meet Ember. She is the light blazing inside our being. She is our fire, our drive, our fuel. She is our very she is our very life force, yearning and stretching in the direction of our love. Notice what makes Ember begin to glow and burn brighter. Perhaps it is taking. Does it ever end? Perhaps. Perhaps it is talking openly with a friend or cuddling with your love, or perhaps it's playing your guitar, scaling a mountain, or writing your story. Look for that spark within and honor it. Stroke that fire with intention. Honor your passion with time and dedication. Feed that flame with devotion. Let passion ignite your life with beauty, energy, and purpose. So light that fire under your butt. Get yourself going on your path to healing and happiness and renewal and knowledge of self. Have the courage to do what you need to do and allow your passions to set you free, whether it's your creative passions, your new passion for life, for your own self-care, and for the union. So good for you, good for you. And what do we have for the feminine? Well, she's thinking judgment. Maybe she's thinking reconciliation, or she's trying to decide still what path to take. Should she go off on her own? Should she go with the masculine on the journey? Because again, this journey is not easy. And some people are tired. I know I am. And sometimes people are just, they're ready to move on. And that's perfectly fine. If you can't make a union work, you're not supposed to force yourself to be in something that you don't feel like you want to be in. Maybe it was just too difficult, whatever transpired here, and that is your free will, and that is your right to do so. You can still do your mission work on your own, and I'm sure a replacement will be sent in, someone who is maybe a little more easygoing than what this relationship will entail. Because there, of course, will be triggers that still come up, new lessons that will be had, old possible patterns still creeping in. It's a daily effort, a daily work, and for some, it's too much. Or it's just impossible because one person still is not, doing what they should be doing. And it's nobody's job to heal anybody else. Everybody's got to work on themselves. You can be a support to each other, but not an enabler. And you have to still do the work on your own. So again, she's trying to figure out, what do I want here? Do I want to deal with, a relationship that's, could be spiritually, obviously, if you make it through it, you ascend together. It's the two souls becoming one again. It's the merging. It's the ascension. So that's why they keep encouraging people to do what they got to do so that they can come together and do this work that they came here to do, and so they can have that end all be all. But again, it depends on the people. It depends on how much they're willing to put in the work. And it depends on how burnt out some are in regards to the situation. And some may just want to go do what they need to do on their own. Or again, they're met with someone who's just still not there. So she's thinking about that. And then you have sexual attraction here, which is relationship. And then you got mistake. And dark-haired man. This is somebody who's, you know, obviously all in their shadow side. Lies, deception, basically everything that the masculine has been embodying. And she's trying to figure out again if dealing with this situation is going to be a mistake. Because she's probably been met with still the same old, or she's been met with nothing, no effort, no communication. Again, it's showing her complete and total disrespect. You know, people don't, this time waits for no one. And if you don't appreciate the fact that someone is put in the time and effort to even try to heal something or to show you something, and you can't even respond or, you know, communicate or just be, you know, sometimes I said some people are just tired. I know I can speak for myself. I'm beyond tired of dealing with this. Let me tell you, you know, and that is perfectly within my right to be like, you know what? It's about reciprocity, and it's about self-respect and self-love. And if you are not being given what you're giving, then whatever you choose that you feel is right for you is right for you. No one needs to tolerate, especially in this relationship. Do not tolerate disrespect at all. At all. Don't jump through hoops. Don't be sitting by windows waiting for people. Do you. Get on with your life. Stand in your divine power. You're fine on your own. You don't need anyone else. That person should compliment you. And again, if they're not meeting you halfway, and if you're sitting around, you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and getting nothing in return, you know, the boat is sailing. The boat can sail by itself. So it's nice to see that some masculines are working on this, and I really hope that you are, because I know a lot of feminines are already, you know, they've already started walking off because they're done in being in the limbo, being hung out to dry, waiting and waiting for, you know, it's like time moves on, and how the universe wants her to think. Well, you have Ace of Spring. It's time to take action, be fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. This is like gifts from the universe. So they could be, again, encouraging you to do you. Those who are deciding to walk away because you're not getting the honor, respect, and love that you deserve, and that you've been waiting a long time for. People get tired of waiting, so now it's time to manifest. So this could be them encouraging you to do you. Get your career going. And then you have here the Fool. Embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, and trust yourself. So those, again, that have decided to carry on the torch, solo mio, until a replacement comes in, another soulmate who you can have have a lifetime partnership with, if you so choose that, then go for it. Embark on your new path with joy and happiness, and be okay that, you know, catch you on the flip side, maybe next time around. But let's clarify here, just to see if any of this has changed. Like maybe this is just how she's thinking. But, you know, they could be saying too, you know, maybe this person is going to come around and change because they're dealing with all of this now, and maybe they're telling you to take a leap of faith with that, and you know, have an opportunity to manifest something with that. I guess it depends on your situation. You'll know if your masculine comes around, then it's for you to take a leap of faith and do that with him. But if he doesn't, those are for you that are wanting to go off on your own, and they're wishing you luck with that and encouraging you with that. Let us see. Judgment. Now, for Judgment, we got La Reunion. So Spiriti, this is longing to be with someone. Because you've been waiting around for a long time. And you've been, you know, thinking about what you want to do in this situation. Do you want to continue waiting around, or do you want to just move on? There's something that's more fulfilling and makes you feel lighthearted, you know, or do you want to, again, keep waiting and waiting for something to change? You know, do you want to continue to have hope in a hopeless situation? This is the Judgment. This is trying to weigh it all out. You know, sometimes you can't go with what you feel. You got to go with what you deserve. You know, and how have your efforts been matched? Again, it's about self-respect. And if people aren't meeting you halfway, if people aren't holding themselves accountable for their actions, if people can't even engage in mature conversation like two adults, are they avoiding you or avoiding conversations and doing all of that dark-haired man business? There comes a point when you're like, you know what? I'm good. Like, there are so many other nice people out there that you could date if you choose to date, that you wouldn't be met with all of that. They would be more than willing to give you their time, their affection, their compassion, understanding, who would treat you right, who won't lie, who won't cheat on you, who you don't have any negative back karma, lifetimes baggage, you know, that might be a little bit more of an easier situation than this. So again, the feminine is trying to weigh all that out. She's trying to think, you know, what is this just a mistake? But let's see. Let's see. If I want to get a second deck of these cards because I feel like sometimes I need to reuse what might be used already. Like the Union one. Like if they're going to tell you to get back together in a relationship, I kind of need that card in here because it's the only one. Oh no, there's the other one. Never mind. Well, let us continue. The Dreamer. Let's see what they're trying to tell you to embark on. Let's see, the Dreamer. The Dreamer. Amalto, this is low morale, the depression. So again, they're not wanting you to be like this either. They're wanting you to go out there and embrace your true purpose. Begin a new adventure. You know, have faith that the universe shall provide. If the original plan went bust due to people's inability to dig deep and heal thyself. Let's see, the Fool. The Fool. We have la conversation. It's a conversation that's going to be had. Probably this surprise coming over here. You know, maybe the depression lies within over here. They're coming around saying how depressed they've been and all of that. Well, this again could be you. or because there's no morale, because this person isn't speaking, they're telling you to keep it moving. Let's see, the Fool. Oh, there he is. Mercante. Person at a distance. Someone who also deals with contracts, but again, it's someone who's at a distance. Just like his so speedy over here. Someone who's at a distance and longing to be with someone. So then you have Lamika, which, you know, is you. Look towards the future. To happiness. So, again, some of you might be getting a conversation and they're telling you to take a leap of faith and look towards the future, towards happiness, and to not be sad. And maybe this person is changing their tune and there's an opportunity to work on something here. And how you're feeling. But of course, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. That's why you're all up in here wondering, like, should I bother with this situation? Because there's no trust. When trust has been broken, that is one of the hardest things to ever get back. Anytime there's been infidelity, anytime that you found out that someone has lied to you on numerous occasions or is a pathological liar, to be asked to trust that person is a big thing, because you're taking a risk of being hurt all over again by someone who has proven in the past to only be a person to cause you pain. So again, this struggle is very real. So she's trying to pay attention to the red flags, and as well she's trying to pay attention to the guidance from the universe. But again, you know, as I tell my guides, you tell me all of this stuff, but you don't have any control over him. He still has free will. So if he wanted just to slip back into his lying and deception because he lied like he breathed my twin flame, and that is a big issue. How can you trust somebody who lies all the time? So, you know, I don't want to be going to the tarot every 5 minutes. Are they being honest? Are they being honest? Because nobody wants to deal with that either. I don't want to be with somebody that I got to question. I don't want to be with somebody that I got to wonder. Are they trying to pull a fast one? What's their motive? What's their, you know, they said that's why trust is one of the hardest things to get back. It's not impossible, but it's something that takes time, it takes effort, and it takes consistency. And the masculine has been surrounded by lies and deception. So there's going to have to be a constant effort, again, being like the hermit, always doing the reflective work on yourself, so that you can become better, so that this side can start to build trust with you again, and then feel safe enough to open their heart and to allow the romantic feelings to come in. But you can't, you know, it's going to take time. But again, if the love is there and both want to make the effort, and the universe, of course, encourages you both to do that. Because in the end, you know, this, like I said, this is like the it relationship. This is the other half of you. So if you guys can heal each other and ascend together, your souls unite again. And it's, so that's why they want you to make it work. But again, it depends on the people. And so maybe that's why you need to let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This even includes going to therapy. You people need to start going to see a psychologist to deal with all this, you know, childhood wounding. Go to couples counseling. Whatever might work for you, be open to it, because it's only going to help your relationship to have a chance. Because you can't just think that you got it all under control and don't think that you won't need this, because you will. And then she's also thinking honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And she's wanting to move on to calmer waters. She's wanting to Let the angels guide her and her twin, you know, safely off to paradise. And I says, why is she feeling all of this? And then you got retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Not because she wants to be with him. She wants the two of them to spend their life together. But again, it's going to take work. And it's just the stress of that and the idea of that and the uncertainty of what this person's going to do. Are they going to lie again? Are they going to cheat? Are they going to, you know, and it's just like, and some people are so pained out, they can't deal with any more pain. And they would rather have something that's a little bit less drama. But again, it depends on your individual situation. Because you have here too, unrequited love. And this is what the universe recommends how she feel. So this could mean she's needing to requite the love because now he's wanting to requite the love. Maybe in the past, this was their situation. One was loving more than the other was because one didn't know how to love because neither one of them had good role models. And one closed off themselves to love because they were afraid of it because they never got it as a child. And the other one was jumping through hoops trying to prove that they're lovable because, again, they never had it. They felt that they never had it as a child. So it was unbalanced to begin with, but it so was the reason for why they came together, to heal those things. It's again about self-love and self-respect. The biggest lessons for twin flames starts with that, with themselves. And that's what this union teaches them to do so that they can truly love the other as another part of themselves. So they might be saying to her, well, you know, they're asking you to give another chance here, to take a leap of faith and to requite your love in order to, you know, make this come together. And I said, well, why unrequited love? And you got release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Now, again, this could be releasing those things within us that no longer serve us, that we need to let go of, releasing the, you know, pointing the fingers. Everybody accept their role. You know, you're releasing yourself and your ex from the past so that you can have a new beginning. Because then you have here new love. A new person has stirred romantic feelings. So in order to have new love, we have to release the past. And in order to have requited love, we need to do both of this as well, both of these things as well. Now, this could also mean, you know, unrequited because this person is never going to get their stuff together. And it's time to release them. And there's going to be someone new coming your way. It could go either way. So I didn't want to give just one scenario because I know there's a lot of feminines that have walked off and that are done. So you take either one, whichever one applies to your situation. You know, when one door closes, another one always opens. So maybe you're needing to release and a replacement will be sent in, or this is releasing the past again so that the two of you can come together and give and receive love. And their advice for you is gratitude. Meet Grace. She receives the gifts of the universe with open paws. When she shifts her mind to see what wonders are flowing in, the world glimmers with beauty. It is easy to focus on all those unmet desires, gone astray plans, and everything beyond the horizon of now. Let Grace remind you to notice all the blessings we are receiving. What feels good? Let it in. What is making your heart sing even a quiet momentary song? Who do you love that is with you now in spirit or right by your side? Let each thank you open your heart a little more. So it's about being present, being in gratitude, even if it's grateful that the universe has spared you from further karma with the person who is not making the effort and is going to bring in someone else. It's all forgiving and learning. Wish you well in your journey. But I was, speaking of Journey, isn't there a song by Journey called Separate Ways? Love that Steve Perry. Oh, what a voice. But either way, remain in gratitude. It's all good. And then you have here illumination. Meet glow. She shines her warm light into our dark places. She illuminates our fears and our shadows, giving us the courage to face them, to unravel them, and to bring healing. Sometimes it may seem easier to take the long route around the dark forest within, but glow knows that true ease comes from presence, not avoidance. So carry her with you as you journey into the depths of your heart and soul. Let her loving light warm the places of shame, hurt, sadness, and disappointment, anger and guilt. She can turn the darkest, twisted forest into a golden cove of love. Again, whether you're going solo and meeting someone else, it's still about shining those lights on ourselves, what still needs to be healed and fixed, so that whoever we go into a relationship with next, we're not bringing any of this past feelings or lack of trusting all men or women, whoever you date, that they're just one bad apple. I won't say it's bad apple, but the sayings. To kind of be open for new love and to release all that pain from this experience. Or, they could be encouraging you not to let fear of this person not changing, or fear of a few slip-ups in the future, because it's going to take time, and it's never going to be smooth sailing, that this relationship can still be healed, that this relationship is still worth pursuing. Don't let your own fears, your own childhood wounding, or the wounding from what's already transpired in this situation keep you from jumping into the unknown, from taking a leap of faith and having hope that whatever you go through with this person, in the end, it's all going to have been worth it. So again, apply it to your situation. Now, when I asked here, how should they think about this union? And you got 7 of Summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. Mostly it's been the masculine. Sitting, thinking, doing. Nothing. That's kind of why the feminine has been like, we got to keep it moving. But they're even saying, no more procrastinating. Make a decision, because leaving things in limbo, eventually a decision is going to be made. If it ain't by you, it's going to be by the feminine walking off, or it's going to be the universe closing the door. The option doesn't stay there, infinitely. It's a time, an opportunity, and opportunities pass. So that's why they're saying no more procrastinating. And I says, why no more procrastinating? You got Ace of Autumn. A windfall of money, advice, or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. Because this is an opportunity from the universe. This is the hand with the pentacle for something stable. Something that, you might have a divine career path to do together. A successful project. Assisting each other, a happy change. So that's why they're saying, stop wasting time, take the opportunity. And you also have here release, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. You had here, release your ex. So this could be, again, releasing the past, releasing those things within us that keep us stuck, those childhood woundings that keep us from opening up, from speaking up, from wanting to run away from love. Like, release all of that stuff, let it go, so that a new opportunity can be had, so that you guys can move forward. And I says, well, why release? And you got the Ace of Summer. This is the Ace of Cups. Open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. This is, again, the gift from the universe in regards to love. So it's almost like financially stability and love. You got two aces here. You know, that's pretty major. You know, so they're saying, stop wasting time, stop procrastinating, let all this stuff go. Get together, get on your path, get to work. Like, this is just, even the universe is starting to say, come on, people, this is getting a little redonkulous, as they'd say. You know, or, you know, if you're, again, in a situation that seems to be going nowhere, it's time to stop wasting time in that and embrace your own opportunity. You know, release it, let it go. Again, apply it to your, whatever your situation is. And how they should feel about the union is feminine. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. This is about the feminine standing in her power. This is about the masculine acknowledging the feminine standing in her power, and also acknowledging the feminine within himself, to learn to be more open with his feelings, to express himself. And then I says, what else? And you got miracle. I trust in God to know the perfect solution to the situation. So, you know, they're directing you to your feminine. They're asking you to stand in your power and not let your fears keep you from giving this a chance. Or they're saying for you to step in your power and move forward. Either way, miracles await and blessings. Today I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. God will never leave you hanging. So you might not get what you want, but you'll get what you need. And you got health. My prayers for healing miracles have been heard and answered. So take care of yourself. Don't stress. Don't worry. Don't be in amalto, sadness. You know, take care of you. Do you. And advice, you got indigo. The person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. Well, of course, you guys are twin flames. So, especially the ones that descended, the angels and the elementals, we're indigos. So, we are highly sensitive peoples, and they're wanting us to remember that about ourselves. That incarnating here can be very difficult. And because, too, you know, we forget who we are. We forget the real deal as far as how life works and how this is all school and lessons, and we get stuck in our stinking thinking and our conditioning, you know. But they're wanting us to acknowledge all of that and to let it go. You know, forgive and learn. Be easy on yourself. Have compassion for yourself, because you are a sensitive person. And know about the law of attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. Again, we no longer, when we've evolved and we've grown from something, you've ascended higher, which means your energy shifts, which means you no longer vibrate at the level you once were on. So anything that comes to you that is still on that level, you don't resonate with it anymore. That's why if the masculine cannot meet the feminine in her newfound power and strength and all of that, then she's not going to want to go backwards. And you shouldn't go backwards, feminine or masculine, whichever is the more lagging behind. You know, you can try to support that person, but again, don't enable them. You can't take on their karma. You can't take on their lessons. You can't heal them for them. They need to do the work. But just know that if one has grown and the other has not, this union can't come back together unless you want to go through another karmic cycle, unless somebody wants to step down a notch from where they've just graduated just be on lower levels still. And that serves no one any good. So also realize too, any negative thoughts, fear, worry, stress, guilt, resentment, all of that stuff that's in your mind, you're kicking that out. And the other one is feeling that. So be aware of your energies and know that it all works in the law of attraction. And clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Clearing our energies, again, releasing all that stuff so that blocks aren't put out there. And here it goes again, parents. The divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you heal from any pain associated with your mother or father, healing those family issues. The children card, forgiving and learning. This all comes from here. And it's a big part, too, of the other karmic lesson. So the twins play a role in awakening these things, but then forgiveness doesn't just end with the two of them. It's going back and forgiving your parents, too, where it all began. And you got crown chakra. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in to answer your prayers. Getting in touch with your higher self, remembering you're a spiritual being, paying attention to the messages that you receive. And again, you have emotional sensitivity. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity as it is a gift to us all. You came here to do works. That's why being in this dimension is difficult, because it vibrates at a lower energy and you're stepping down. So it's hard for indigos who incarnate here, higher dimensional beings who incarnate here, to be in this environment. It's hard for anybody. I mean, look at the state of the world. Look how people treat each other. Look how they treat animals. Look how they treat the planet. You know, this is a very hard, heavy place to be in. And if you're a sensitive, you feel all of that. So they're wanting you again to clear yourself, do your meditations, be in touch with nature, shield yourself as much as you possibly can, heal yourself, be a support system to each other, because you're both here in a difficult environment, going through your stuff. You know, that's why you should honor and respect each other for who you are to each other. But it all starts with self. You got to do that for yourself first, or you're not going to, how are you going to do that for somebody else? And speaking of, the advice from them is nature. Meet Leaf. Each day he slips outside to meander between the ferns and flowers. He visits his secret spot where the sun filters down through the leaves in ever-changing shards of light that dance on his fur and warm his soul. No matter the weather, take a moment to step outside and find a spot in nature where it's a vast wilderness or a tiny patio. Breathe in fresh, wild air. Feel the great expanse of the sky overhead and the firmness of the earth beneath you. You are part of the intricate web of life. Allow nature to nourish you, support you, and set you free. Definitely, you know, it's a great way to release stress. Go for walks, be out in nature, listen to the birds. Even if you can't get out, listen to the birds on YouTube. Sit there and close your eyes, pretend you're sitting in the park. You know, get the sun through the window. You know, if you're working from home and you can't really get out, or even go at night. Go for walks at night when there's not so much heat and hustle and bustle. And if you can go earthing, you know, put your feet in the grass, put your feet in the sand or in the water, or wherever you live. You know, try and get in touch with the more simple things. And that'll help bring you peace. And what could be the possible outcome if you both put in the effort? You got Two of Summer. Falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone, forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. Well, the universe is encouraging you guys to stick to it. You have the High Priestess, trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. So this is also, you know, spiritual union. So then wow, you got the Lovers too. True love that is long-lasting. Choices made from the heart. A return to good health. So you got the Two of Summer, the Two of Cups. The Two of Summer, which is the Two of Cups. You got the Lovers, which of course is, you know, twin flames. You have High Priestess here, which is, you know, spiritual knowing. Ace of Summer, Ace of Autumn, which is Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. But then I said, what else could be the outcome? And you got 10 of Spring. You know what this is? The guy carrying all those sticks on his back. Like it's carrying a heavy load, a heavy burden, because this relationship will have its difficulties. But what you get, if you can control your ego, heal yourself, have respect and love for your partner, be dedicated to your spiritual path. You know, there are so many beautiful things that await you here. But it is going to be, you know, just be aware, though, that it will have its difficulties and challenges. Ask help for others. All work and no play. Being weighed down by too many responsibilities. So it's, again, you have to be very aware in this relationship to not have so much of this feeling of, you know, the burden of it all. You know, it's about balance, and it's about love and respect for yourself and for each other, and the commitment that you're going to make to each other, to yourselves, to the work you came here to do, to ascension, to God, because He sent you here to do something. And here is what the masculine is thinking about the feminine. And I hope that my tape doesn't run out. I'll have to be aware. I might have to hit the record button again. But this is Halison. And this is what the masculine would like the feminine to know. And this is number 7. That's my number. I'm flying, I'm free, I'm out of the sea, enchanted with wings, what delivery this brings. Where once I felt sameness, displeasure, frustration, I'm now independent. When a grand transformation. So maybe this is him letting her know, I'm getting it now. I'm realizing these things. So he's feeling good within himself. An iridescent mermaid surrounds herself with a veritable rainbow of fluttering butterflies, dreaming that she too will one day gain the gift of flight. Divination message, a transformation will bring freedom. You are on the brink of a metamorphosis. Your life has become stagnant, but you have the tools to make positive changes, and now is the time to use them. You might face challenges along the way in the form of other people who are reluctant to accept your decisions, or as physical barriers that stand in your path. But be persistent. Visualize who you wish to become, and do not give up until you reach your goals. Antithesis, do not compromise yourself. You will soon feel pressure to make personal changes in your behavior, your attitudes, and maybe even your values. Resist the urge to alter yourself merely to please others. Stay true to who you are, even if doing so seems unpopular. This is again about standing in your truth. So it comes with also, you know, the dual message here. Don't compromise how you've grown. Stand in your feminine power. Keep that bar high, because you force this person to also treat you with more respect, because you're holding yourself in higher respect. And it helps them to raise the bar within them. And you're talking about you might soon feel pressure. You have to go back into the old ways to all of a sudden put down your guard, and you find yourself back in the karmic cycle, compromising yourself, doing things that the old you did, you know, to appease this person over here, to keep them again stuck in their stuff. Don't do that. Don't succumb to that pressure. Continue to stand in your truth and in your power. But they're also telling you, yeah, you know, we might go through some 10 of Spring challenges, you know, but he's asking you to persevere with him, because he's starting to, you know, change and stuff within himself. So maybe he's asking for patience, but also asking you to continue to be how you're being, because it's helping him. And perhaps I should stop this and start over to read the other one, because sometimes my thing shuts off at exactly 60 minutes, which is what it's been. It's going to be that in a few seconds. All right, hold on. Let me stop and start again. Hold on. Oh, and we're back. And I don't even know if that other, I pray that other stuff was recording the sound. Oh, Lord, help me, give me strength. And you have here what the feminine wants the masculine to know. Art Archimbaldo mermaid. Oops. Archimbaldo mermaid. So let's see. Number 18. Alone we drift, distractedly, a party drawn apart. Together we're invincible, a living work of art. At first glance, she's a pretty mermaid lass, gazzing. Oh, I know you love it. I know you laugh with me. Gazing soulfully with her large pale eyes, a closer inspection reveals the myriad of fish and other ocean dwellers that comprise her luxuriant tail, combining to create a living work of art. Divination message, the sum of your parts. Lately, you have been experiencing feelings of self-depreciation. Maybe you have been studying your figure with a dissatisfied eye or bemoaning the size of your feet. You need to stop the hypocritical analyzing before you sink any lower. You are so much more than a collection of parts. Other people do not look at you through the lens of a microscope, and it is unhealthy to do that yourself. Concentrate instead on the beautiful person you are as a whole and treat yourself with love and affection. The antithesis is make integrated use of your gifts. You have so many positive qualities, but lately you have been neglecting some of them. If you combine your talents and abilities, even if they do not seem connected, you will become a more dynamic person. So those are the two messages. And she again is just encouraging him to, forgive and learn. And she's glad that he's coming into his awakenings and to not beat himself up, because the fact that he's learning and growing is something that he should commend himself for. She's happy that he's doing that. And she's encouraging him again to not have any negative thoughts about himself, to think positively about who he can become if he works on himself, and also to not forget that he did come here for a purpose, and for him to tap into those strengths that he has and those artistic abilities or whatever gifts that he may have to share with the world. She wants him to tap into those and be willing to share them and to stand in his power and become all he was destined to be. But again, we don't get to destiny unless we do the work. And the universe doesn't hand it to you either. It takes consistent effort. So again, encouragement, and he's encouraging her. He likes her saucy new style, her independent lady attitude. It's attractive. Self-respect is attractive. The only people that don't like that are people that don't want to respect you, who want to treat you with disrespect. So they would prefer that you didn't have any self-respect or self-love, because then you can be the doormat that they can use, abuse, and abandon. Only those that truly love you will want to see you in your power. And that goes for both of you. And on that note, I wish you love, I wish you light, I wish you healing, I wish you well, and I wish you luck in regards to all of this. If you'd like a personal reading, on the information is below. Like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already, dear. And also make sure you check your signs. I got them all up. Sun, moon, and rising, and also the Venus. I didn't mention that in some of the videos, but check your Venus as well, whatever sign is in your Venus, because that's your love sector. So all of those can have additional messages for you as well. Look for the daily dramas and the weeklies. They're all coming up. But again, as always, the guides from the universe are to go for it. Embrace that brass ring that's waiting for you both. And embrace or weather the storm, as they say. But have love and respect for yourselves and for each other. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.